Hello and welcome to Tarot by the Moon. Tasha here at Tarot by the Moon. Hello and welcome. This is a collective tarot card reading. You don't need to be any particular star sign. This is for everyone. This is what I call my element spread. It consists of 4 sections. The first section is air, and that will represent your mental states, your thought processes, etc. The second one represents our emotions, water, feelings, heart chakra. The third one represents fire, passions, creativity, willpower and drive. And the fourth one, it represents the earth, how we're actually manifesting on the earth plane in the day-to-day, okay? We'll work on the premise that we've all got the various different elements in the charts. You might find that a lot of the messages coming through is very, very accurate to your circumstances, or you may not. Please enjoy it for what it is. Sometimes we see how it relates to the world at large and how in fact it relates, sometimes how that interlocks into place, because of course what we're healing on our day-to-day life, we're healing for the whole, okay? This is one of my very good buddies, Mr. Murray. He likes to make an appearance on the videos more and more these days actually. If you've watched before, you'll know who Mr. Murray is. If you haven't, this is Mr. Murray. He's my collie dog, Pal. And there's another little pal there just out of sight. He likes to make an appearance as well, and he's a Parsons Russell called Mr. Milo, and they are the best mates a girl could ever have. But yes, you are. I know you love me, I know, and they love me so much, and I couldn't ask for more love in my life. Let me tell you now. Do you know what I haven't done today? I haven't checked where the moon is before I've come on. It's either in Cancer or Leo. I feel like it's moved into Leo. Let me just double check for us, my loves, in my little astrology diary there. Before I go rambling, I don't even check. Do you know what I've done today? Really funny. I don't know if any of you have ever done this or what's going on. Did you ever turn up for work where you weren't meant to be at work? That's what I did today, this morning. So I've come home now and I've gone, oh well, that's okay, I've got plenty of time to do the collective tarot card reading for you guys. So here I am. Nothing's without reason. I'm sure there's some reason why I was meant to be up and out and about and wherever, and yeah, I'm getting a lot more done today perhaps than I normally would have. So let's see. Yes, where are we? Sorry, just check. Yeah, we're in Leo. I thought so because I know we were in Cancer on the last one, and then it moves into Leo after that. So we're in Leo, so we might be feeling very exuberant. That does explain why I was so like eager to get to work. Very exuberant, very wanting to put ourselves out there, very wanting to express ourselves and things like that. Still in Scorpio season, still in the waning moon, so we're still releasing, we're still allowing all versions of ourselves to die off, we're still allowing things to have a curtain drawn on them that we don't want in our lives anymore, etc, etc. But perhaps it's time to sort of start like expressing as well what we do want, with this little bit of energy just coming in at the end of the month now. Especially today, it feels like perhaps you just want to test the waters of what you do want, because we've been like releasing, it's Scorpio, it's the waning moon, we're releasing all of this and all of that, the eclipse, the massive changes coming in for yourself. But also, is it like this couple of days just testing the water, sort of vibe of what you do want, just putting it out there a little bit, just trying on a different kind of persona maybe, because I feel like a lot of us have done such a lot of inner work in the collective, and part of that inner work is like, it's that hermit thing of going inside, and of course the hermit, he's got that big cloak on, he's hidden away from everyone because he's getting ready to come back out and be the star. He's going to come back to the other side of the mountain, and then you've got the star energy. She's got some of the light of in his lamp, of course, and everything as well. And I just feel like some of us are still slightly in that hermit phase, but some of us are just starting to come out, depending on where your elements are and what you work with. But I feel like it's a whole new you, a whole new me, a whole new chapter, and maybe some of us are just trying it on a little bit. Today and tomorrow will be a good time for that. Today and tomorrow will be a good time to sort of just, yeah, think of it like trying a new outfit on. Well, I'll try that. Put a new pair of shoes on. Sometimes you try a new pair of shoes on, you wear them at home because you just want to see how they feel and break them in a bit or whatever. Think of it like that. Before we actually go, no, these are the shoes that I'm going to be wearing all the time. Now, this is me now. This is my new way, my new persona, my new way of being, okay? So, congratulations, because I feel like a lot of us have, like, elevated our vibration a lot. I feel like sometimes it feels like it's nothing happening, and all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, we really have. And of course, because we've gone through a round of raising our vibration, we've been given a whole new set of tools to use as well, I want to say, emotionally, mentally and psychically, you know. It's just getting used to all of that again now and everything. So congratulations everyone is what I wanted to say. So let's go in with the reading. Now, as I always do with Tarot by the Moon, I like to call in the highest vibration of love and only love into this reading today for ourselves, for the beautiful planet that we live on, for all of the species that we share this beautiful planet with, whether they be mammals, birds, aqua, insects, bacteria, or anything in between. They are our teachers and our guides, all of the plant life. Excuse me, fighting off a bit of a cold. They are also our teachers and our guides. Nothing but radical compassion and love for anyone that's coming into your reading today. Nothing but radical compassion and love for all of our ancestors, the star ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, and anyone else in between. So we're seeing this reading today. Nothing but highest vibration of love, and so it is, my loves. And when you come into my readings, please understand that this is a safe place, that you are protected, that you are loved, that you are healed on some level, my loves, okay? I'd also like to state, please don't go giving any money away to anyone pretending to be me, because that will not be me, okay? Don't approach people and ask them if they want readings, etc. The only way to get a reading with me is to actually contact me at the email address provided below. And I will take it. It would be an absolute pleasure to do that for you, and I'll take it from there with you. So be mindful of that. Please continue to give me a like. It's really important. I know a lot of you are watching, but I don't seem to be getting the likes in that I once got, I have to say. I really appreciate every single fan that I get. You know, it's really important to keep the channel going, as we say, okay, my loves. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It's very simple. It's very easy. If you got your own reasons why you don't want to subscribe or whatever, please just bear this in mind. I was one of those people for a long time, and then I realised that there really is nothing to it, and it's an absolutely wonderful community to be part of, YouTube, and I've never had a regret with it, or been caught with it, or been stuck with anything that I didn't want to be stuck with. You can unsubscribe any time at all. It's very simple. If only everything that you subscribe to was this simple, is what I'll say. So please consider that. Please share on any platforms at all that you think might help me, because I desperately need that help right now to keep this channel growing and glowing even. It would be wonderful if you can share it. And please add comments, because of course adding comments causes it to go up the algorithms. Not only that, I really feel strongly that I'm trying to build a tribe here and a community here, and the more we can communicate with each other and interact with each other and put the comments on there and share and open up that heart space, open up that centre of communication. Let's open it all up and share it. It'll be greatly appreciated by me, and I'm sure it'll be greatly appreciated by anyone else in the community and anyone new coming across this channel also. So thank you so much, each and every one of you, for all of that, because I know it's just sometimes we all do it. Sometimes you watch something and you go, oh, that was marvellous, I really enjoyed that on YouTube, but you haven't put the thumb on, you know, and I've done it myself many times, and I've gone to put the like on, put the share on, put the subscribe on, put the comment on, if it only takes you a minute, my loves, okay, my lovely. Thank you so much. Even if you just put a smiley face on for me, that proves to me that it's resonating with you. that it's meant something to you, okay, my loves? And like, I know I get lots of messages in my DMs and my personal messages from you guys saying you've really enjoyed it, and I'm like so appreciative of all that. You wouldn't believe how much I appreciate that. But please, the best way to help the channel is to put those messages that you were sending me or something similar in the box below. Okay, my loves, I hope that makes sense. Thank you. So, today I've gone back to my old faithfuls, my original tarot set that I ever started reading tarot with, which is a very long time ago now. I wanted to say how long ago, sometime in the 90s, sometime in the early 90s, about this beautiful set of tarot cards, and that's what started me off. I'd had sort of a free sort of one on a magazine for a while that I'd been using, but it wasn't the full set, it was just the major arcana. So then I progressed on to buying these for myself. They've got a lot of Welsh and Celtic influences in there. At the time I bought them from Pontypridd Market. They were the only set of tarot cards I used for many, many years, up until just a couple of years ago, actually, when my collection had started to expand. I'd taken them to Glastonbury back in the days, and I buried them in holy ground there and consecrated them, etc., etc. So yeah, they are my favourites. These are my absolute favourites. So I've gone back to the beginning today with these guys. So it's always a pleasure for me to read these cards. They are my actual, even though I've grown my collection, as I say, these are my absolute favourites. And they're called Tarot of the Northern Shadows by Sylvia Gainsford. And I believe they're out of print now, but I think you can buy them. They're fairly expensive now. I absolutely love them. They were the ones that sang out to me at the time, you know. So let's go in, my darlings. Now, straight away in our area of air, mental health, thought processes, how we're moving through things, how we're getting things done, we've got a Seven of Swords energy. Alright. Now, with Seven of Swords, it does... People say, oh, it's a sneaky energy, it's a crafty energy, somebody's not... Right, either you yourself need to look at your own motives for something, I want to say, and I've got to call it like it is, my loves, and I'm sorry if that sounds tough, but I've got to call what I'm seeing here, okay? Check your own thoughts, but I want to say as well, and I sort of picked up on this a little bit the other day, but we didn't have time to get into it. Scorpio energy, on a negative side of Scorpio energy, which we're in Scorpio season right now, okay, can be a little bit paranoid. All the signs got a light and a dark aspect to, yeah, positive and a negative end of the scale, and it can feel a little bit paranoid, the Scorpio energy, okay? It's such a deep emotional dive that it can't help feeling a little bit paranoid sometimes, let's put it like that. And I feel there's something to do with paranoia here, getting out of control in your mind, playing tricks on you. I don't know, is something about the imagery there as well, because those little fairies and the little changeling babies, very tricksy sort of energy. It doesn't seem so much evil as tricksy, if you know what I mean, as mischievous. Okay, somebody causing mischief. That's what I'm getting. See, I get a lot out of these cards. They work very, very strongly for me. Now, somebody here. Okay, somebody's causing mischief for somebody here, okay? And you're right to think that somebody's causing you mischief. They are causing you mischief. But what Spirit is urging me to pass on to you today is that this is all it is mischief. You're to be comforted. I just had my attention brought to the blanket on the baby. Never, ever, ever, ever picked up on this before in all the years I've read it. And the fact that he's in that beautiful basket as well. It's been lovingly crafted. While there is a little bit of mischief going on, a little bit of tricksiness, right, we'll get to the heart of it now. Spirit wants you to be comforted as well, because it's not as bad as you think. Don't let paranoia set in and get carried away, because what I'm getting here is it's like the energy of somebody's going, I know they're up to something, I know that wasn't true, I know they're up to something, I know when they've said that what they mean is, it's something like that, right, that you suspect, and your intuition's going burp, 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 and you're right, but then your brain is taking over and making it into more of a thing than it is. Okay, Scorpio energy, a little bit of paranoia. And you think, well, am I paranoid if I'm right? It's that as well. And it's like, well, no, you're right. They are being a bit naughty. But there's being a bit naughty and there's being downright evil. And there's a world of difference. I'm sure you'll agree. So don't, yeah, somebody is being a bit sneaky about something, I won't lie to you, they are, but don't make it into a bigger thing than it is, because that's what I feel like you're doing a little bit, my loves, okay? You're still safe and sound. Spirit wants you to be comforted, okay? Now let's move on to what's coming up in the area of our fields, our heart space, our water area. Okay, got a 10 of rods. Something's coming to an end. Some kind of burden that's just like enough's enough is come to an end. Is in the reverse, okay? So what I'd like to say is you've already started to release this burden in your heart. You know what it is. You know damn fine what it is as I'm talking about it, whoever this is. And in your heart, you know, it's like, even though maybe on the outer sort of world, on the day-to-day, it doesn't look like you've released it very much. In your heart, you have, and that's a good place to start. You've totally released this burden. You've been carrying it for way too long. It's been nothing but stress. And it's time to release it. Spirit's got you back with that, okay? 4 of Swords coming up in the area of fire, our passion, our creativity, our willpower, okay? This is about healing. This is about taking some time out to heal, okay? In this particular set of cards in particular, it seems to have a deeper meaning for me, because it's about staying in peace while all of that battle is going. It's not just about healing. It's sort of like about, so this is our creativity, this is how we're getting things done. So something that you were quite happy to steam ahead with maybe last week, a week before, recently, yeah? All of a sudden you're gone, do you know what, there's no rush, let's put the brakes on. Let's put the brakes on. Or if you're contemplating putting the brakes on, this is your sign to do that. There's no rush, let's not rush, let's just pull back a bit. Yeah, let's put a little bit of a break on that for a minute and take some time out. Let's make sure we're staying in peace, because there's that church up ahead. There's all of this battle all around him. Okay? It's more than just healing. It's more than just 4 swords, this energy in this particular pack. It's very much about staying in alignment, staying in peace, not allowing paranoia to take over, not allowing it to take over, releasing the burden, finally release. And I feel like it is finally releasing a burden that you've been carrying for way too long. I feel like finally isn't too much of a dramatic word to use. And so there's no rush. You can stay in peace, okay? There's no rush. This final little bit, this church that he's trying to get to, where everything's going to be okay and be safe and fine, it's not that far away. There's no rush now, okay, after everything you've been through. So don't give in to the paranoia. Don't give in to any sneaky behaviour within yourself as well that you might be tempted to use. I feel like somebody is being a little bit tempted by spirit to even use your own sneaky behaviour, maybe to get back at somebody or to prove a point, etc. Don't do that, alright? Just leave it to be. Stay in your peaceful energy. Drop the burden. And where we're going to arrive at, my loves, is this beautiful 10 of Cups. What could be better? Total fulfilment, happy ending. They lived at, when you look at that, it's so fairy tale, isn't it? It's like they lived happily ever after, the end, you know, 10 golden cups arching above them. Everything about them is serene and content, and safe and secure. Even the horse's face looks serene. Going forward in life with nothing but total fulfilment, peace and ease, okay? But that is after we've heeded the warning of not displaying sneaky behaviour ourselves and dropping the paranoia, okay? Releasing the burden, and maybe even releasing the burden is part of like releasing that paranoia, okay? Just whatever somebody else is up to, let them be up to it. That's not you. We don't need to start tit for tat, none of that, right? Let's not do that now. Staying in peace a while longer, allowing healing, just for this final little push into total emotional fulfilment. Because if we go rushing ahead now and spoiling it at the last minute, is what I want to say, there's a danger that somebody's going to sort of like, and then just as everything was just about to fall into place, you went displaying your own negative behaviours, or you didn't release something, or you see what I'm saying, or you didn't allow that healing to actually take effect. Because the fact has come up in that area as well. It's like that's where we are getting things done from, our passion, our fire, allowing that healing to take effect. Okay, like I said at the preamble, a lot of us have done so much work, so much inner work. Okay, and it's nearly if you haven't even just started to already, it's going to be nearly time for that magician to magician, very similar, to take off that cloak and reveal the star quality that he really is. Just going to clarify for you, my loves. I've got another new set tarot to play with. I don't know how well the image is going to pick up on this camera because they are quite little images. It's the Harmonious Tarot. I've been drawn to it a lot over the years. It's very Edwardian. I think it was printed in the Edwardian times originally, which is an era that I absolutely love. It combines two art styles, one by Ernest Fitzpatrick and one by Walter Crane. Crane actually adapted Fitzpatrick's style for these tarot cards, and they were designed with the intent of showing us where we need to bring more harmony and balance into our lives. So they're absolutely beautiful. They're very Art Nouveau. Fitzpatrick and Crane, yeah, they were very well known in their days. I think Crane was famous for children's books. And I hope they're going to pick up okay on the camera, so I was a bit worried about that. Let's see what we got. Let's just use them to clarify a minute. I might have to get a same deck but in a bigger picture. A nicer matte as well, which I liked. Beautiful. Because sometimes when I use the high gloss ones on the camera, I'm sure you've noticed, it does just tend to doesn't show up very well and can work very well on the camera. We'll see. Okay. Sometimes I go very, very quiet, my loves. Sometimes I shuffle a lot because there's a lot of heavy energy in the collective. I get in a feeling of heartburn out of nowhere. So I don't know if somebody's feeling heartburn right now, or feeling a little bit of indigestion, or a little bit blocked in some way. Spirit's confirming to me that somebody who's watching this right now. It's passing now, there you go. That's how I know it wasn't me. Okay, try some peppermint. Okay, take some peppermint, my darlings, and make sure you're drinking enough water. Alright, so this is what we got with the Harmonious Tarot. So to clarify this paranoia, this scorpionic sort of mischievous energy that we've got the moon. I'm loving that moon card. You see what I mean about the Edwardian Art Nouveau-ness of it? It's absolutely gorgeous illustration, and it does show up quite well on the camera there, I feel. It's got beautiful subtle colours in it as well. Now, of course, the moon is showing us that that you're right, that you are right, that your intuition is bang on, that there is something being hidden. That's what the moon tells us, that something is being hidden, something isn't as straight, somebody hasn't been as straightforward with you that you would have liked, or is coming out with the whole truth and nothing but the truth as you would like. But it doesn't matter. You're being asked to just trust at the minute. You're being asked to just trust. There's great growth, I want to say, coming from this lesson or this experience that you're going through of the mind. I feel like it's just the fact that the way she's tending that flower, and that flower's bigger than her. And I don't know why. I don't know why. It's the first time I've used these cards in any reading at all, other than just having a look at them myself. To me, it's as if to remember that you're part of something bigger than you, that's part of nature. Sometimes you don't know all the answers. Sometimes you know somebody's lying or being sneaky or being mischievous or whatever, and you don't really know why or what the whole story is. You don't need to. You just need to understand that it's all part of a bigger pattern. You're being watched over. There's that beautiful face in the moon behind there. You're being watched over. You're being guided. Follow the guidance, okay? Don't let it ruffle you, alright, my loves? just keep going down that path. The dogs are using their intuition. Dogs are very intuitive, and dogs will show you where to go, okay, for safety. And the both of them are looking down that path there. So just keep going on down your path, regardless of what else is going on around you. You are right, and your intuition is right. However, do not get carried away and turn that into paranoia, okay? This is something that's part of something bigger that perhaps has nothing even to do with you, but for some reason somebody's decided to use sneaky behaviour or tell a white lie or something of that nature, okay, my loves? That makes sense for somebody. Beautiful moon image. The next one we got coming up is a Knight of Pentacles. He came up in the reverse, so this is something that's become stagnant. So you're quite right, you know, whatever it is that you're letting go of that's been a burden for so long, this card energy's come up to back up. Yeah, you do definitely need to let it go. The Knight of Pentacles moves very, very slowly. It's about slow progress, okay? But when it's in a reverse, it's like, yeah, it's stopped. It's stopped, my darlings, okay? So, yeah, this is time to let it go. This is something that's become so stale, so heavy, so tedious, and all of those things. Something that's absolutely been draining somebody's energy emotionally, I feel. And this could be a person. I'm getting a very earthy energy around it. Somebody with strong earth placements, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, either for yourself or for somebody around you. And it just feels like somebody's draining their life out of you there. And maybe you've been carrying their problems. Maybe you've been allowing them to tap into your energy in one way or another. Whatever the case is, Spirit is urging you that it's absolutely the right thing to follow your intuition and to let this go. Now, it may be the same, you know, the same person's behaving sneakily or suspiciously. There's no need to make it into a bigger thing than it is. Simply allow it to be let go from you, okay, my loves? Next one coming up to clarify the Four of Swords is another Knight, a Knight of Wands. Now, he's come up in the upright position. He's come up over the last few weeks, a Knight of Wands, I'd like to say. He's beautiful. Look at this. Now, even his horse is just so gorgeous, and he's so upright. He knows exactly what he wants. He's moving, charging towards it. He's very, very attractive Knight. And it's just onwards there, my loves. There's nothing there that I could very romantic. I want to say he's got ideas about love on his mind as well. During this time of healing, during this hermitage that you go through, he's come up to clarify this, okay? You are going to come back out. And yeah, you are going to come back up as the star, as the hermit does, right? After this healing, Four of Swords, yeah? And there you can see like a monk-like figure. But when you come out of this, when this healing is finally done, this is what I'm saying, this is what I'm feeling for a lot of us. It's going to be like a whole new you. It's going to be like the transformation between this guy and this guy, which is, you know, quite a contrast. Yeah, he's decided to, you know, grow a beard, get a shiny helmet, get his all, you know, and yeah, why not? It's time to show off a little bit. It's time to show that you've healed. It's time to show that you've been through a whole new cycle of you, and that you've done the inner work, and that you've released so much, and now it's time to sort of show off a bit again, is what I'm getting there. And you're just getting ready to do it. You're just getting ready to do it. Even the way that, I hope you can see what I mean, that light is moving away from this scene. Yeah. Okay. So the healing's nearly done, my love. It's nearly time to start off on a whole new bold adventure. Of course, the Knight of Wands is very, very bold. The Wands are very, very bold, very passionate, very fiery, my loves, okay? In the final manifestation there, to support the Ten of Cups, you've got a beautiful Queen of Cups. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Now, I must admit, I have contemplated this one, because whenever I get a new set of cards, what I do is I take the Queen of Cups, I take the High Priestess, and I take the Chariot, because I consider those my energies, if you see what I mean. And I sort of meditate with them whenever I get a new pack. That's the first thing I sort of do. So there's our Queen of Cups, absolutely radiant as always. There's a beautiful heart in front of her, represented by that cup, and it means everything to her. It's how she feels. It's her emotions. It's her emotional status. It's everything. And we can see that she's feeling divine. She's feeling divine. She's got that sort of, I don't know what we call it, a sheet sort of wrapped around her, but she's quite happy to let it slide off because she's completely at peace with herself, and she's divine. When we see nudity in the tarot cards, actually represents divinity. So she's like at a place where she's like completely feeling divine. Her feelings, her heart, her emotional state is at a place where she knows she is linked in to nothing but the divine. The way she's standing on the edge of that water there as well, when I contemplated it when I first got these cards, it sort of reminded me a little bit of the traditional temperance card. It's almost like she's going to put one foot on the water and one foot on the land. And being a Queen of Cups, which usually represents a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces as well, that is very much similar to a High Priestess vibe. But I got a little bit of temperance vibe around this one, in this particular pack, which is about balance and which is about being able to have one foot in the so-called everyday world and one foot in the other world, the spiritual life, the emotional life, which would be very Queen of Cups also, okay? That's just how I'm interpreting this new pack as well. It's supposed to be to show us where to find harmony and balance in our life as well, and I feel like when I've been reminded of the Temperance card, obviously that's about bringing harmony and balance in a lot of that. And I feel like that's what this Queen of Cups is more about in this deck as well. It's like emotional stability though, emotional balance. She knows when to stay grounded and she knows when to get mystical and when to get soft. And see, there's just that beautiful, and then there's all that beautiful sky behind her as well. It's like a good balance of the elements there. She's very poised. She's very calm. And this has come up to back up that energy of Ten of Cups.